dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. For the second time in 2 weeks, President Biden visited Florida to see firsthand the damage from a major hurricane. The latest storm, Milton, left at least 23 dead. And in St. Pete Beach, the president announced more than $600 million for recovery and electric grid resilience. CBS's Tom Hansen reports.
This is horrible. I literally am speechless right now because I just drove in. I just flew in.
For Robin Maggio, the idyllic beaches of Treasure Island are unrecognizable.
It takes your breath away.
It takes my breath away.
Its pristine coastline now covered in sand and debris. Hurricane Helene flooded Dave Grant's dream home. Then Milton lashed it with high winds. Now he says it's impossible to tell which storm caused the damage.
We had 3 inches of sand in our building, and we had our home, and we had to shovel it out.
Surveying the destruction today, President Biden thanked utility workers from around the country for restoring power to nearly 1.8 million customers.
Look at the number that showed up from around the country, from Canada, California, Nebraska.
The president is pushing for Congress to return for a special session and approve more aid. But on Face the Nation, House Speaker Mike Johnson told Margaret Brennan he won't ask lawmakers to come back before Election Day.
It would be premature to call everyone back now because these storms were so large in their scope and magnitude.
Early estimates of property damage are upwards of $70 billion. It could cost the global insurance industry alone up to $60 billion. Much of that could fall on the shoulders of taxpayers.
And it's still a beautiful beach, and you know, come when Minnesota and Illinois is 30 below, it's 75 degrees here.
And Dave says he plans to rebuild. He filed for FEMA aid just this morning. In fact, more than 250,000 Floridians did the exact same thing Saturday, the most ever recorded in a single day. Tom Hansen, CBS News, St. Pete Beach, Florida.
Getting in the car today, you probably turned the air on. However, in the next 2 days, you're going to want to turn the heat on and warm up the car before you even get in. That's because a cold front just passed through eastern Kentucky. Looking at our temperatures for today, we are sitting in the low 80s and high 70s across eastern Kentucky. That's changed quite a bit. We're still sitting in those 70s, but those temperatures are going to drop into possibly even the mid 40s and low 50s. So that's going to change a little bit, but as we get into the next couple days, we might see our first freeze of the fall with temperatures in the low 30s. That's because we had that strong cold front and those rain chances that we had earlier. Those have all now moved out. So now it's just seeing how cold we do get. Steve?
All right, thank you very much, Drake. Well, a number of local organizations in eastern Kentucky are doing what they can to help those affected by the recent deadly hurricanes. WYMT's Jack Demler tells us about one group that just delivered donations to North Carolina.
Truckloads of supplies fill the Canton First Baptist Church in North Carolina.
So again, we just want to thank you for what you're doing for our community. And
the love of God is the most important thing, and that's what we're seeing here in Kentucky and what they're seeing in North Carolina and Tennessee and the surrounding areas.
The donations come from a number of places in eastern Kentucky, like Jubilee Christian Assembly of God.
We're anxious to help people. Yeah, really, it's just part of our nature. We love help.
A community that is offering support to those who gave back when Kentucky was recovering from the July 2022 floods.
When we seen that devastation here in our hometown, even in close to my neighborhood, there was people that lost their whole homes, lost everything. And it's just amazing to see in that type of destruction how the love of God is being displayed and how people from other states would come in like that and bring in trucks and supplies and cleaning up this, because there's nothing more devastating than severe weather.
Pastor Matthew May says the support comes from more than just their community and is a way to show God's love.
when disaster and destruction hits, people respond.
One day after sending donations to North Carolina, the church is collecting more donations to send to Tennessee, continuing to help those in need. In Pikeville, Jack Demler, WYMT Mountain News.
For more information on how to donate, contact Jubilee Christian Academy of God at 606-437-0292. One person is dead and another is facing a murder charge after a crash involving a car and a motorcycle in Pulaski County. Kentucky State Police responded to the incident on US 27 near Floyd Switch Estisburg Road Saturday night. Police say 60-year-old Larry Stoll of Eubank hit a motorcycle driven by 63-year-old Chester Dick of Somerset. Dick was pronounced dead at the scene, and his passenger, Lori Lyle, was seriously hurt and taken to Lake Cumberland Regional Hospital. Stoll was arrested and charged with murder and driving on a DUI suspended license. Police say they believe alcohol was a factor. Deputies in Laurel County are investigating a shooting in which one round apparently hit a vehicle. It happened in a business parking lot off US 25 just north of London. Deputies say one man fired 2 rounds at another and 1 round hit a passing vehicle on US 25. The 2 men were reportedly cousins. Nobody was injured. Investigators are still looking for those involved. If you have any information, call the Laurel County Sheriff's Department. Prestonsburg police are asking for help finding a man who led them on a high-speed chase on US 23 Saturday night. This is Kenneth Kyle Greer, who police say they tried to pull over after receiving multiple reports of him driving recklessly. A chase spanned multiple counties and reached speeds of more than 120 miles per hour. Police say Greer hit another vehicle and ran away on foot in the Cow Creek area. Sunday evening, Greer reported his truck stolen, which police impounded after the chase. He's also known to drive a black Silverado with tinted windows and a Ram Power Wagon. If you see him, don't approach him and call police immediately. Deputies with the Laurel County Sheriff's Office are investigating multiple vehicle break-ins. Victims have reported guns, electronics, and money were stolen. Deputies say the thieves are targeting unlocked cars, so they say all parked vehicles should be locked with no valuables left inside. If you have any information, you should call the Laurel County Sheriff's Office at 606-864-6600. Governor Andy Beshear announced new funding to support veterans in his recent Team Kentucky update. The Kentucky Department of Veterans Affairs Board approved $145,000 to 4 organizations to support veteran programs and initiatives. Kentucky's Habitat for Humanity received $90,000 of that funding. The money will be used to repair the homes of low-income veterans in the Commonwealth. The second season of harness horse racing had its opening day today at Cumberland Run in Corbin. It's one of 3 harness horse racing tracks in Kentucky, and some of the best riders and racehorses in the world came to compete. Hundreds of folks came to enjoy a day of racing and betting, while children enjoyed a carnival. In its second year, the race has been a benefit to not only those in Corbin, but local businesses as well.
Yeah, we're a partner with the business community. We're a strategic partner with the city of Corbin, the city of Williamsburg, Franklin in the central part of the state. But you're exactly right. It's all about fun, entertainment.
Officials with Cumberland Run say having the track in Corbin has led to an increase in horse trainers in the area. With the fall season in full swing, a common activity is going out to a pumpkin patch. 3 Mile Creek Farms in Jenkins hosted the opening weekend of its pumpkin patch. What started as something just for Rob Elkins' family roughly 5 years ago has grown to something that's fun for all families in the community.
It is such a blessing. We love to hear the sound of children on this farm and enjoying animals and learning about farms and Kentucky life, and we have people come from other states, and it's just a blessing to hear the sound of children on our farm.
All the money raised from the pumpkin patch goes toward rescued farm animals. The pumpkin patch is open every Saturday and Sunday in October, with a Halloween bash happening on October 27th. Coming up on Mountain News at 11, the Nobel Committee honors several Americans for their contribution to medicine. and the state of the nation's IV fluid supply following back-to-back hurricanes.
And the cold front is here, and it brought a few strong showers to eastern Kentucky. The details on how cold we will get in your first alert forecast.